And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of.
Today is Friday. Told you guys, video every day. I'm on it. I'm all on it. As you saw, it's 6:39, 6:40. Friday morning. Anyone that's followed me knows what time it is. Fresh trim Friday. Go sort this bonnet out. Ready for the weekend. I normally, like, say if I got an event or something, I like getting it done the day of or the day before. But with it being the show, I gotta get my tan tomorrow, and I want to just chill and do as much as possible. Look at that, I'm up before my even alarm. I'm literally, the first bit of advice, do not film and drive, don't snap and drive people. I know I'm a bad example of it, but don't do it. So I'm gonna lock this off now, get to the barbers, catch up with you in a bit. Just put out yesterday's video, so today is obviously Friday. This was Thursday's video. I was up last night editing, banged it out straight away. I'm gonna do the same in today's video. You know what time it is when I bring the camera to the shop? It means it's fucking showtime. So I've come and it's gonna hook me up with that. I think it's good look, innit? My pre-show trim is good look. Because even if I do shit, the pictures look fire. It's fresh trim, and I don't think there's anything that sets you off better for a weekend. Forget the show, just in general. That's why every week Antonio gets me in early, 7 o'clock, and it just starts my day with the right energy. So fresh trim, let's get it. This show, then the finals 4 weeks after. But I was talking to Carl about it yesterday, like, I'm confident in myself and I'm the best I've ever looked, but I don't know if I'm at the level of the finals. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a high level show. Some of the guys that are qualified from there. I hate saying it, it sounds like I'm shooting that it's not the case at all, but I think you gotta be realistic in it. So I'm gonna do this qualifier, and because it's the Midlands one, I'd rather win this. Do you know what I mean? Like, because like people, everyone's local. It's like,
What's the finals gonna be?
The finals are in Brom as well, but obviously people from all over. Whereas this is the Midlands qualifier, and like I know a few lads competing. Every local gym's competing.
So you don't have to go to the final?
Nah, you don't have to. But I feel like this show's like bragging rights in it. Birmingham, this is like my city.
Do you reckon if you go to the finals and you don't win it, obviously it's gonna affect?
Nah, you know, nah, it won't, because like I said, I know how much of a step up it is. Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking I might not even do it. There's a few other shows. There's like another, which is like my weight class, and then there's 2 Bros, which is my higher weight class as well, which I think I'd be more competitive in.
Oh, so you're definitely going to compete?
I'm definitely going to do, definitely going to do a couple of shows. I just don't know whether I'm going to do the finals, but saying that, it depends how this goes. If Sunday I'll pull it off and look sick, and I'll get some feedback, and if I can be competitive at the finals, or they think I can be, then I will. But I don't want to just turn up at the finals, because if I'm not top 6, top 5, you don't even get looked at. And I think all that work for that, when I'm not at that level yet, I need a PB going.
If you win, then there's a decision for you to make.
Yeah. I reckon I need like another year or 2 to be winning the British finals at PCA. Back to the gym. I've got 1 client booked in. Like I said yesterday, I'm not working over the next few days, so I can just prep for this show. But I have got some of my regulars in, so I'm gonna go do that session. Got my trunks in my bag, gonna whack them on, do some posing with Troy, and then plan out my food for the day. So let's go.
So, catching up from yesterday's vlog, yesterday's videos, you've seen everything we went through, everything depletion, carb up. So, filling you in from where we're at now, the carb went well. I think he put in about 500 gram of carbs, and he's woke up today the same weight. So, his body's absorbed the carbs, he's used them up good, he hasn't put any weight on. So, this means we can probably get some more carbs in, fit some more carbs in today. So we're gonna go again, put the carbs in throughout the day. It is 8 o'clock. I think he's just been and got a trim, so we're just going to go through some poses, see how we're looking, reassess, and go again with the carbs today.
All out the diamond studs today.
Yeah, put them higher. That's it. Midsection loads tighter, legs loads tighter. Yeah, better. I think we need a lot more food. I think we should try maybe some like sugars as well. But the weight's obviously giving us the indication we need more food. The weight's not gone up at all, so that's just showing us his body's absorbed it all and used it as energy more than anything because he's so depleted and so tired. So time to get more food in. So we're on point. We're where we need to be, if anything.
It's what's it called? I still want to get a pump.
Yeah, the first day I feel like you've just used it all, because obviously if you were storing it, your weight would be up.
Yeah.
But you just used it.
I think I did 10 litres yesterday. I did about 550 carbs because I did rice cakes as well. And my stomach was like, if I could vacuum, I could vacuum. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing there. Glutes are definitely tighter. So I reckon, and my tries are coming in. Yeah, I don't know, sorry dude, well, this is where it, like I said, the last 3 days it gets all a bit tricky. It's because you can go push too hard or you can not go hard enough. But the good thing is we've sort of got a base idea of what works. Now it's trying to figure out how we can make that better. And I think that will be a case of more food. But just whether working out whether to do that today or tomorrow. But yeah, shout out to Troy for waiting for me because I was late. I had to go get that trim. Fresh. No.
Yeah, fire.
And yeah, so we'll catch up with later. Are we going out there? Going to that place?
Yeah, we're gonna try to sort that out.
Yeah, so we've got shit to do later anyway. I'm gonna train my client, then finally get some meals in.
Yeah, turn around, squeeze the back. Yeah, pull back. Yeah, show the quads.
Skin's a bit dry at the moment as well.
So obviously we've still got to drop water. So these are like the last few days, aren't they? So like the pinnacle part of bringing the final piece together. Obviously you're quite full off the food, but you've used it all, if that makes sense.
It's hard. Like last night, I literally, my belly was like this, and it fucks with your head. I was saying in the video yesterday, but then I wake up this morning and I'm the same wet and dry. So imagine a battery. We've spent all week draining that battery, and that food is putting it on charge. Now it's like halfway charged, so my energy's up. We can do what needs to be done.
But you've used it all, yeah.
It's not full to the brim. But then you don't want to overcharge the battery and kill it, because then it won't work.
Where'd you get these theories from?
I don't know, but I thought that was a good one.
Red velvet with black diamonds, or black velvet with red diamonds. Both queer, but you know.
I've got the idea of choice, so it says it all.
Shit.
Alright, let's go, because my client's just waiting and I'm just standing here in red pants. Right,
I think you can walk around like that. Ignite top, no pants.
So at the moment I'm just sending my check-in photos over to Coleshill, to the boss, see what he thinks. I'm pretty happy. Like I said, it's just hard to gauge at this point because of all the food and the water going in. So that's why I get Troy to have a look, and I get my coach to have a look, and then we go from there. Obviously, you can see in my diet, I do a lot of ground rice, even like on my Insta, and everyone always asks me where to get it from, how to cook it, blah, blah, blah. Just stopped at my local shop, literally Costco, just around the corner. And I also went in to get some water. I don't even know if you can see that. Can you see that there? Yeah, so I stopped at Costco just to get some water, and they stock a shitload of ground rice. So anyone that follows me that always asks about where to get it from, Costco, and if you're local, Erdington, bam, they have got it boxed. Lenny's having a shit. Yeah, so we're back home. Had to stop at the shops, just get a few little top-ups for today. So spoke to the coach. Let me put this down actually, and then we can have a chat. Like I said, me and Troy, we go over everything, and then I'll go over everything with Carl as well, and between us make a joint decision, so to speak. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna push more carbs in today. So we're gonna do 700 grams today. I did 550 yesterday, so we're gonna do 700. We're gonna drop the protein a little bit. I think another thing where people go wrong, especially during carb ups and even like show day, is hammering protein. And at this point, we're not going to lose any muscle, and we're not trying to gain any muscle. So protein-wise, it doesn't need to be crazy amounts. So we're going to drop the protein a little bit. I'm going to hit about 180 to 200 grams of protein, bump the carbs up to 700 grams, and I'm going to throw some sweet potato in there. Just because you want some more slow releasing carbs, some low GI carbs in there, because at the moment I'm just doing rice and ground rice. Once again, sweet potato I've eaten through my prep when I did have carbs in there, and it sits really well with me, so I got no problem having that in. So today it's going to be 700 grams of carbs, about 200 grams of protein. My fats stay around 40 to 50 grams. I don't add any additional fats. I put a bit of coconut oil in my ground rice, which I've already had. And other than that, it's just the fats I get from my food. So like I said, for me, everything's just real basic. So let me just show you what I got from the shop real quick. Oh, let's have a little round up. So my meals, as of yesterday, are exactly the same. I wasn't really going to go into detail, but I always get people asking to do like full days of eating, so why not? So that is all white rice there. We've got 120 grams of white rice in each container, and then I've got, get rid of that, I've got somewhere, or I did have somewhere, a load of fish. Have I lost it? No, there we go. And in here I've got 600 grams of just plain white fish. So it's exactly the same as yesterday for anyone that didn't watch. So there we've got 480 grams of white rice and 600 grams of white fish that I'll eat between the 4 meals. Sups wise, same as always. Multivitamin, I'll have 2 a day. My MHP Expel, which is helping me while I do my water load. So it helps get rid of the water. Matador, which I will now introduce. I did yesterday as well, but I didn't get it until the evening. So that will be one. I'll take one of those before every carb meal, so which will be every meal. And then vitamin C, I'm on about, I'll have to double check, but I think I'm doing 6,000 meg today. So I'll do about six of those. And then my ISO whey, that's just for my ground rice. Missing mum. Katie's back today. She's back about 2 o'clock, but she just messaged me saying the train's delayed, so I know she's pissed. But yeah, she will be back. So anyone wondering where Hopes on the Cam is, She is still around, but she's been working away, like I said earlier. But we'll be back today in today's video at some point, hopefully. Weird for me, like vlogging on like days like today and yesterday. I know like we've got the show coming up, but obviously because I'm not training, it's just all like the preparation for the show. I'm just sort of in the house doing bits and pieces. So hopefully you like still finding it interesting to see, you know, what goes into the last few days of prep and whatnot. Seem to be, like I said, I'm getting a lot of messages and that from everyone. So I'm gonna put the videos out anyway, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So stocked up on that, even though I'm not gonna be using much after tomorrow, but I use it every day. Like I said, my coach has asked me to add some sweet potato in my diet, so I'm doing 600 grams of sweet potato today. To be honest, I'm gonna spread my fish in between with these meals. So my sweet potato I'll probably literally just have with this asparagus that I got as well. I tend to do asparagus or broccoli, but coming closer to the show, broccoli does bloat me a little bit, and asparagus is a natural diuretic. So I just whack that on a griddle and have that. So that will be a meal. Got some rice cakes. These are corn cakes, low fat, lightly salted, and like I said, these ones are literally only my focus is really messed up on this camera. I don't know why. Yeah, my focus is really messed up on this, but yeah, they are only just under 5 grams per cake. And then obviously water. I'm 3 liters down at the moment. This is a 5 litre bottle. So I'm gonna get this in, and then I'll be due another 2 liters. So if I can get this in with a day, then I can have 2 liters tonight. And that's it. I know I'll have to do one more shot tonight, but I'll wait for Katie to come home because she can help me do that and then prep all my food. And yeah, shout out to Chelsea again as well, Troy's missus, because she's prepped my food again today for me, which has saved me loads. Anyone knows prepping food in general is a ball ache, and I do it myself unless Katie does it. But like I said, the last 2 weeks I was struggling with prep, and obviously with Katie being away all this week, Troy and Chelsea just said, yo, send me what you need, we're gonna cook it, make it. So they've been a godsend. So that is the wrap up for my food basically. Like I said, pretty basic, pretty simple. Some might not agree with how I do it, some might, but like I said, it's all individual and this works for me, so it's what it is. For my Asian people, my boy Wahid gave me this and says, this is the fire. This is flames. I have no idea what it is, but I'm gonna have this after my show, and he says it's gonna be the best thing you've ever had. Ras Malai, I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't know, but he's sworn by it. So comment below anyone that knows what that is or can recommend it, or so comment below anyone that knows what that actually is, and if he's gassing me up or if it's real, comment below and let me know. But I'm gonna try it regardless anyway. And his stomach is making, no, I've gave you food. I gave you food. His belly's making mad noises, I don't know what's going on. What's wrong? Show me then. Oh, okay, go on. If anyone else does this, yeah, but when I'm dieting, this is a little diet tip. I know I have to do it because like I've said a million times, I'm a fat kid at heart, but when I'm dieting, especially prepping, I make sure there's absolutely nothing in the house I can eat, like nothing. Like let me show you, if you go into my cupboards now, like, you know, stuff that you could normally just grab and eat, there's absolutely nothing in there. Even in my freezer, all I've got is veg, and in my fridge, exactly the same, veg, salad, nothing. So for anyone that's like me, that struggles and can't fight them cravings, well, I can fight them, but if they're there, I know they're there. You know what I mean? You know the ones where you go and you check the cupboard, check the fridge, even though you know there's nothing in there? I'm that guy. So the way I get around that is by not putting anything in my house. So anything Katie wants, she has to just hide or just go shop and get. And other than that, yeah, I've got no option then but to eat my food. Just as I'm working through these 10-week transformation challenge, I just had a thought. It's just like a general thought. I might be rambling, but like this past week, especially leading up to my shows, my social media, like, it bangs, it goes crazy. So like on a normal day-to-day average, I'll probably get, I don't know, 600 to 800 likes maybe, leading up to a show that goes crazy. So like this week I'm getting 1,500, 2,000 likes, 80 comments, 100 comments, which is a lot for me. And what I did yesterday, I posted the before and after of the winner of our last 10-week transformation challenge, Kirsty. I'm going to put her before and after on the screen here. And I posted it, and don't get me wrong, and I posted it, and it's an amazing transformation. And not only is it like an amazing transformation physically, like the mental aspect of it as well. She's changed the whole lifestyle, changed everything around. And her initial reasoning for it was to become healthy for the sake of her family and for her kids, and for her kids to be able to look up to her as a role model for doing well and completing something. And then she posted today because she told them she'd won, and they were all chuffed and that. So anyway, the point I'm making is obviously that post probably got about 300 likes, 20 comments. And I think in the bigger scheme of things, they're the things that need to be put up there, do you know what I mean? They're the things that needs to be gassed up there. Don't get me wrong, my back double buy is a sick shot, do you know what I mean? But jokes aside, like the stuff like that, that's what should be really promoted and pushed out there. Lifestyle changes, people making a change in their life, for their family, for their kids, for their health. Don't get me wrong, my aspect and my perspective is bodybuilding, but health always comes first, and that's what our 10-week challenge is about. Like I always say to anyone that finishes the challenge, like you've smashed it physically, you look amazing, the change you've done is amazing, but I'm more happy about your mental state and the fact now that you can stick to something and you can make progress, and you've built up your confidence to do certain things. They're all the things that matter. And I know that because that's why I started training, because I was out of shape and I wasn't confident and I was self-conscious, and I still am to a certain extent. You wouldn't think it, but you never really lose those things depending on what end of the spectrum you come from. So yeah, just a little, not rant, but just an observation, man. We need to put some effort in, you know, gassing up the things that do make a difference, because now she's smashed that challenge, and then another 5-6 women will see that and think, you know what, fuck this, I can do it, and so on and so forth. So I don't know, it's just a thought in my head. Like I said, this vlog today, I'm not training or anything, so I'm just doing my check-ins, doing my work, feeling good because I'm eating and my head's just going, and I thought, let me just speak to the people about this, because I just did it on my Insta story and I wanted to put it in the vlog. But yeah, hopefully you get what I'm saying. Or if not, I've just waffled for 60 seconds. Yeah, with that angle here. Right, so another thing getting ticked off the box right now.
Ticked off the box.
Ticked
off
the list. Hair removal cream. I don't actually grow a lot of hair anyway. I'm not really a hairy person, other than on my head. So it's not really too much of a task. I know some geezers that is mad hairy, it must be long, just going competing. So I just use hair removal cream like I showed you earlier, just the V. But literally, we've got to get rid of the hair everywhere, every single where. The trunks are that tiny, there's nowhere to hide. So
fair bit of V on your ball bag right now.
Yeah, so Katie's just doing the rounds, getting all the spots.
Okay.
Oh, let me switch hands 1 sec. I need this way, cause like, yeah. So, yeah, I like to use hair removal cream. It reacts well with my skin. Just anyone else that hasn't done it before, obviously if you're used to shaving and shaving work, stick to that. Stick whatever you're used to, because the last thing you want to do before a show is do something that you've never done before. So if you normally shave, you don't want to just start using hair removal cream, because if you have a bad reaction, it's fucked. So obviously, yeah, that's the first time I did it. I did hair removal cream, which was fine, but I actually did it the same day I had my tan. So after having the tan straight on top of that, and then the oil and everything from the show there, my skin was absolutely fucked. So this time now I'll do it about 2 days out. I've got my tan tomorrow night, so I'll be fresh and ready to go. Get this hair removal done, exfoliate, and just make sure my skin's ready to take the tan. And it helps the tan go into your skin as well. So it's all just part of the process. So yeah, either get it done by yourself, or hopefully your missus doesn't mind beating your balls. And then yeah, let's go. We're gonna do the whole shop for the weekend. Right, obviously, like I was saying earlier, with we're prepping for
Wait
the
till
show.
we're in there to talk about that. To
Yeah,
say
but I'm
about
just
the
saying, we're prepping for the weekend. There's loads of shit to do, so what we just do is get it all done in one go. So literally, we can just chill for the weekend, and everything's planned out. Any little minor things, obviously, we can grab on the way, but the bulk of everything we're gonna get now. So we'll do the shop, and then I can show you all after what we get. Working through the list real quick. Toiletry section done. We've got baby oil, which is actually to put in the bath after my show. It's meant to help get the tan off because spray tan's a bitch to get off.
And to put in the what's it tan?
Yeah, and to put in the dream tan because I'm doing my own tan this year, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, I'm doing it. Have you got a tanning mitt?
Yeah. Oh no, that's what we need.
Tanning
mitt
mitt.
and a roller. Exfoliate for before. Remember, like I was saying, you got a preppy skin
Ex
for
what?
a tan. Exfoliating. Whatever. I keep saying exfoliant. Mouthwash, so your breath don't stink. Some cream and 0% Sanex, same, just for skincare. Like I said, when you do, I'm putting so much shit on my skin, the tan, oil, all that, so my skin's kind of decent, so I try to keep it. Don't need to do like loads of expensive products or nothing, but just natural shit like that. Staying on top of my water because I've still got 4 litres to get in today, so I'm going to drink these as we go around and dash these bottles back. Thank you, Tesco. And but I can't get a protein bar this time, innit?
No.
Every time we come Tesco normally, I'll go straight to the protein bar section and I'll eat it before we go out because I'm just a rebel like that. And then
Onto the food.
onto the food. Let's go.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Fucking idiot.
Games, innit?
Oh, I'm really zoomed in on your face.
Every time we go shopping, Katie always makes sure we end down the aisle for Lenny, but stops upon some food. Anyway, I did plan on filming for the whole thing, but the place is like it's mad busy and people just staring and watching. Not that I'm bothered, but it's just long, innit? So what we're gonna do, we've got everything pretty much apart from a few little things that we need for the whole weekend, including show day. Last few little bits that we need to, yes mate, you right? last few bits that we need to get. So what I do is I'm gonna get home, put these all out, and then I can show you what we've got, why we've got it, and just fill you in on everything really. So let's get out of here before we get fucking, I don't know.
Say that some more.
Yeah. So I always say about bodybuilding, you actually like have to love it to do it because you spend more money than you actually make or anything from it. So like this little shop here, it just cost us like 80 quid. So it might not be a lot to some people, but to me 80 quid for 2 days worth of food. And bear in mind it's like, I'll show you what it is when we get back, but you spend a lot of money on the whole process, even down to like food, tanning, all that kind of shit. But obviously if you love something, you do it. But yeah, got that sorted, so hopefully that's literally 90% of everything we need for the weekend. Last few bits that we can get along the way from like little corner shops or just as and when we need. But other than that, everything's ready now. So for the weekend, we can just relax and just cruise into the show and enjoy it as much as possible. So it's starting to rain. I'm in a vest in the rain. Everyone's watching us film in the car park. Like, what the fuck? Let's go. Just quick check in with the lads, just so I can have a little look. It's what I'll do this all weekend now. I'll get Kate to look at me, get Troy to look at me, just to make sure, because like I said, you second guess yourself all the time. I've got no boxes on, so I'll keep the trousers on.
Yeah, always try and fucking out.
Yeah, just keep it on.
Never seen your cheekbones like that.
Lat spread. That goes again. Yep, side tricep.
I don't remember.
Glutes.
Yeah, and your back's got a wing.
I don't think it's got that double bar, is it?
There is one.
Do back double bar again. Be close down.
Guys, up again.
thought you were
Only thing he's pretty close to you on is back double Y, I'm not gonna lie. Only thing he's close to you on is back double Y.
He's good all round, that's why.
Nah, it's not good around.
So we're just looking at it, like, it's not, I don't think it's good to look at your competitors, but because we chilled about it, like I was just saying, I'm not really stressed about it, so it's like, it's fun, it's interesting to see how you match up with someone, but I know like what I've got to do to try and beat him, what he beats me on, shit like that. So, but I feel like I want to be loads bigger.
Yeah, you're filling up loads already.
But I can fit way more food in. Little rundown of what I've got and why I've got it for anyone that's interested. Like I said, if you prep yourself, you already know. But there might be some different stuff in here that you don't do. And if you don't prep, this is what it entails. So, right, let's start with food for today is obviously done. I showed you that earlier. All my food for today is finished. I'm not having anything here, am I? For tonight? No, perfect. All right, so tomorrow, depending on my check-in, obviously I'm gonna get up in the morning, I'll take some pictures, send them over to my coach, go see Troy, Kate will have a look at me, the whole team will have a look, see what we decide to do, but more than likely, we'll do like another 500-600 grams of clean carbs. So tomorrow, those carbs will literally be from white rice, same as we've been doing, and some sweet potato, once again, same as like we've done today. 500 to 600 grams of carbs. My breakfast obviously is ground rice, that's what I choose. What else have we got here? Protein for tomorrow, white fish. I'll go with the Bassa fillets, the skinless, boneless, plain. To be honest, I'm not really asked about different types of fish. It's cheap, it's good quality, and it does actually taste alright. Put a bit of salt and pepper on it, good to go. Salt and pepper, ran out of rock salt. Didn't have any pink salt, so I just got this one. In my opinion, there's not much of a difference, but you do want a good quality salt. As far as like, I've said it before, as far as
Keeping salt in your diet.
yeah, as far as like playing like keeping salt in my diet and sodium levels and that, I don't change anything. I salt every meal as normal. Keep it as it is. I don't mess around with any salt. So that's that. Tomorrow also I'll be having asparagus with every meal. I've got some more in the fridge, but I just topped up there. Same again, get some healthy greens in, natural diuretic as well to get some water out. What else we got tomorrow? Tomorrow we have
Salmon.
Nah, salmon is not for tomorrow.
Oh, that's not for tomorrow.
No. So we've got triple cooked chips and steak, which unfortunately is not mine. That's Katie's for tonight. So that's there. And then yeah, tomorrow, yeah, that's it. Here we go, turkey. So I'll do fish tomorrow. I'll do those Bassa fillets, and then depending on, obviously, like I said, we take on the Saturday, we tend to take it every hour, see where we're at. So, but as far as my protein sources, it will be either fish or turkey. I have stuck with fish all week, so I doubt I'll use that, but I just grabbed some turkey steaks just in case. Your protein's really not.
I was gonna say your wine and you.
Oh yeah, when you have to.
Yeah, yeah.
Your protein's really not important at this point. Like I said, it's all about carving up and filling out. So protein source wise, I've just got my fish and my turkey. That's that. Then we get to Saturday night. So Saturday night, once I get all this food in, still same again, it will be dependent on how I look, how I feel, but we'll go for a dirty meal, cheap meal, whatever you want to call it. Last year we did a Nando's. I did Nando's and a tub of ice cream. So I think we'll pretty much probably do the same. Steak wrap, double chips, and then I did a tub of ice cream after. So I've got my ice cream. I've gone for Haagen-Dazs salted caramel. Shout out Troy, because Troy's the one who showed me about that. I was always a Ben & Jerry's guy, but yeah, fire. So that's for Saturday night after my cheat meal. We've got some dry white wine, which I get in as well on the night. Same again, obviously with the whole water, playing around with my water and trying to dehydrate, dry white wine is supposed to dry you out. And like I said, it's something that I've done every prep, so I'll probably do like half a bottle of that, to be fair. Even when you do a big glass, it's like half a bottle done in it. And that is it for Saturday night. I've got some cookies here that I might throw in on the Saturday night. I might get some more sugars in tomorrow. It's hard to say exactly what I'm doing because, like I said, it will be literally play by play, depending on how I look.
Play by ear.
Yeah. And then from Sunday, my breakfast. Sunday, now by Sunday, that's where everything's already been done. It's just about maintaining it and trying to cruise in and peak for the show. So my breakfast, real simple: salmon, 2 salmon fillets, some healthy fats. It's gonna just be nice, slow releasing, and I'll just have that with rice cakes as well, some simple carbs. Then I've got, so that'll be me for breakfast. We'll work out with what meals I'm gonna take with me to the show. More than likely will be exactly like I was saying, turkey and rice or fish and rice. You don't want to switch everything up too much, so there's no point in me putting a load of shit in my body now that I haven't been doing the last 12 weeks. So we don't know how it's going to react, so it just makes no sense. And then on the day, literally, we got rice cakes, jam. I got some honey in the cupboard that I'll snack on throughout the day as we get closer to going on stage, just to get some sugars in. And then I've got some wine gums, tangy sours, with some black chocolate, some dark chocolate, which I'll also get in. Like I said, with the hour or two coming on stage, before I start pumping up, when I get some sugars in, start pumping up. And that is pretty much about it. I've got some Sanic shower gel, like I mentioned in the shop. Before I get my tan, I'm gonna exfoliate. I do anyway, but just to make sure my skin takes the tan nicely and I can get it off nicely, which is what the baby oil is for. After the show, put that in the bath. It's supposed to help get the tan off. And I think that is everything covered. What are we missing?
Nothing, that's it.
That is everything covered, yeah. So, little insight into the little bits and pieces that you need, that I use, that I need, and how I go about it. Like I said, most people that are prepped, this is the basic, this is the norm, pretty much, really. And that's what works with me, so it does help that my body just works real basic. But we'll see if it all comes together. So now
Rephrase that, we'll see when it does come
we'll
together.
see when it comes together. We'll see what happens when it comes together,
Yeah.
and we'll see how the show goes. But I'm live, to be fair. I feel much more at ease now that Kate is home. Just been to see the lads. I didn't really plan on going there, but like I said, this phase now, especially because I stopped training. I stopped training on Thursday, and so I'm not in the gym. I'm eating triple, quadruple the amount of food I've been eating all this week. So it really messes with your head. I'm bloated 1 minute and then I'm dry and flat in a couple of hours later. So I was glad to have Katie back, because she just helps me stay on track and we can just chill and relax at home. Checking with the lads, they tell me exactly, well, everyone tells me exactly how it is, so that really helps as well, because there's no bullshit, do you know what I mean? So I'm feeling at ease now, so I can chill. I've still got all this to get in for the rest of the day. And I've got like 2-3 meals to go. And I am actually hungry, to be fair, which is a good sign, because I've had 4 meals and I'm starving. So it's telling me my body's taking all of that in. So yeah, not really, it's more of an informative video today. Obviously there's not really much going on. So, but I wanted to keep this, I said obviously from Thursday, I'm gonna film every day, keep you all updated, and let you know how everything works, how it goes, what I do, all that shit. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, gonna be back again. It's Saturday, 1 day out. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and share the content, bro. At me on Insta, Snapchat, all of that. I love it when people do that. I repost everyone's shit. I try to answer back to, I do answer back to every message. So interact, man, because the support of you guys is mental and I love it. So I'll make sure I get back to everyone. But that being said, we got a nice chilled evening ahead. Gonna get some food in, put a film on, get my feet up, and let everything do the work. Swench gang to the world. I'll see you tomorrow.